Every team is a different style, and they have a different style of attack, and I think we were better at that. Let's put it that way. I also think that won't be the defining offensive push from their team. They're a pretty good offensive zone time team, a lot of quick attacks with puck to the net, and we've been reasonably good there, but you have to be vigilant with that every night.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. Front row.
I mean, over the past 3 years, you guys really haven't had to play without Sam Reinhart. I mean, he's played 80-something games the last few years. I mean,
Yeah.
how difficult is it to lose a guy like that, especially when it's a guy that you really don't know how you're going to look without him?
Yeah, it's a player that touches all parts of your game. A critical part to our power play. Barkov and Reinhart are elite at penalty killing, and then he draws the heavy fire and pulls the best set of D from the other team, and understandably so. So it's a significant player out of our lineup for sure. We have gone through other significant Barkov and Bennett, Ekblad have all missed important times in the playoffs. But you have to be able to survive it. You have to be able to. You can't have one guy go down and not still have a chance, or you don't have the depth that you think. That being said, there's not a 57-goal scorer out of our lineup. Nobody has that kind of depth, so you have to deal with it.
Left side, third row.
Coach, you just spoke about not replacing a guy who scored 57 goals, but how much of a luxury is it bringing Jesper into the lineup, and it also adds to your penalty kill?
Yeah, it gives us more a place to go on the penalty kill for sure. What's the injury to Rodriguez then turns out to be a benefit at some point because he's came in and played with Barkov. So when he slides in with the centerman that he's going to play with, and he's played with that guy before, then there's not a lot of time or concern with that. They don't have to spend, half hour today together deciding what they're doing in different situations. There's a familiarity there that lets those guys just go up and play.
Right side, third row.
Yeah, sorry, John. Just to clarify, does Boquist go in on that line? Or?
Correct.
Okay.
Letting you fill out your lineup card early, people.
We'll take one more right side standing up.
I missed the start, so I apologize. But
He was really good. He's not in our lineup tonight. That's a concern. He's day to day.
This time of year is, you can't have enough of it, and those are the guys that make a huge impact on the game. When you have to be aware of them physically on the ice and know where they're at, and then at the same time, he comes up big in those big moments, and it just seems like he's calm in all situations. And if you know him or if you've talked to him off the ice, that's how he is day to day, and he brings that. He brings that to the rink and on the ice, and when you have that combination, it just makes for guys that comes up big in big moments, and just a player you love to have on your team, and then one you hate to play against.
Is that everything you knew about him before you got here, or do you have a different appreciation being here in the same room playing with him?
He's. I think that the thing that I've learned about him is not as serious of a person as I thought he was. When you see him on the ice and you see him kind of around in the media, you can see very little bit about a person, but he just seemed like he was quiet and very reserved. And once you get to know him, he's actually pretty vocal and really funny and a good guy to be around. But when you see him on the ice, he's so intense and dialed in and very quiet. Like, he doesn't really chirp. You don't hear people during the game. He's just all business. But I've really grown to appreciate his game over the last few years. I think everybody has. Obviously in Calgary, I don't think he was put in a position to succeed the way that he was here. You knew he was strong and physical and could skate and stuff like that. But you saw a whole different side of his offensive game, and I think the majority of the year he's been on the second power play unit too. If you see the way he handles the puck, shoot the puck, and if he's running half wall or something, he's going to score a lot of goals or a lot of points. And to be able to have that luxury here in Florida, to have him in that position, and produce in the way he does, and then playing with Chucky and Swaggy, it's a deadly combo all over the place. So yeah, he's a great player.
Do you have to hash things out with him, or is it just kind of your history go left unsaid when you become teammates?
No, I didn't hold a grudge. I know how this game's played. I play it a similar way, and it's something that we joke about. I think, yeah, you know, I can laugh it off. Like I've been in positions where I've, you know, had calls like that, or I've done things like that that guys end up being teammates with. So just something that it's not a personal thing. Things happen on the ice and you move past it. But yeah, I laugh about it. I joke about it all the time. I joke about it more than he does, but I definitely joke about it.
You got to know him for the first time at the Four Nations.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what is it about athletes that allow you to just kind of put that behind you when you suddenly join forces?
I think it's just the internal respect we have for each other, understanding that what we do on the ice is it's our job, and you know it's because we're competing for the same goal, and at the end of the day, like, you're willing to do things on the ice that aren't typical of you maybe as a person off the ice, and you know, growing up, I think we learned to have that respect for each other off the ice, and you know what happens on the sheet stays out there, and you know, it's just all understanding that we're competing at the highest level, and sometimes things go a little bit too far or get physical, but it's not an indication of who you are as a person off the ice. So I think that's the biggest thing, is I've learned that all the way through, and I think that's just kind of the hockey culture. I can't speak for other leagues. I haven't really played any other sports, but in our culture, hockey-wise, is, you know, you could get in a fight with a guy and you know, meet up afterwards and laugh about everything, and it's just how it is. You know, you're doing a job when you're on the ice, and that's all it is.
Brad, with the post game.
Brad, how critical has that been for this team? Or did you know when you got here how deep this team really was?
I think once we got our full lineup on the ice, you could see how deep we were. Obviously, on paper, you could look at it and you understand that, yeah, we're a good team on paper. But I think once you saw the chemistry the line started to create, and the defensive core started to create, you know, and that wasn't really even, we didn't get our whole lineup until, what was it, Game 3 in the playoffs.
For Benny, obviously, the last round you guys were in their position down 2-0. How can that help you now here going to Game 3, maybe in terms of knowing what kind of push they're going to make?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know they're going to play desperate. You know, this is a big game where you got to leave it all on the line, and yeah, like you said, we know that position, what it feels like, and yeah, we're definitely prepared for them to come out flying.
Right side, second row.
Sam, we just want to ask about how you guys are able to stay loose during the playoffs. I mean, we saw one of the videos that NHL put out last round that you and Carter talking going, got another month in us, feels good to be playing right now. The guys shooting the rats at Marchand. Just how are you guys able to stay so loose and composed, and how much does the experience of being here and doing these runs over the last few years help with that?
Yeah, I think it's just who we are. You know, we don't change the way we prepare for games, from regular season games to playoff games to, you know, Game 7 games. We're always joking around. You know, even before Game 7, there was just as many chirps and jokes going around before that game as you know, a preseason game. So I think it's just the way our team prepares, and seems to work for us. So we definitely enjoy staying loose.
Left side, third row.
Aaron, kind of piggybacking off the first question to Sam, when they're down 2-0, you know you're going to get their best tonight. They're going to be desperate. How do you keep an edge when you're up 2-0 and avoiding the human tendency to exhale in that situation? How do you keep an edge with a lead?
Yeah, I mean, it's just focus and experience and not changing your routine. At the end of the day, you approach every game as if it's do or die for yourself. So we know, and we've been in these situations, so just find a way to do it.
Right side, third row.
Sam, this one's for you. Yesterday, Paul was just talking about how good of a fit it's been for you, finding the middle, coming from Calgary to here, and playing with Matthew's complementary style. Just wondering for you, like, what was the turning point in your career that brought you to a place where you can perform in these big moments?
Yeah, I don't know if there was, you know, one turning point. I think it just comes from experience. Obviously, I've got quite a few playoff games under my belt now, and I've always felt, you know, the need to perform when the game's the biggest. And I don't think anything's changed, but I think just my experience from when I first got traded here, finding that confidence and then just yeah, performing in the big games, I think is something that I've always prided myself on, and yeah, it wasn't one moment though.
Right side, third row.
Sam, sort of along those lines, I just was curious. So you traded here, and the trajectory of your career changed. And where'd you find the confidence? Like, how did you find the confidence when you got here? Winning helps, obviously, but in terms of just that inner confidence that you have, beyond the winning.
Yeah, I think I definitely struggled in Calgary for a while, and yeah. So I definitely, I think once I got here, just how the team embraced me, the opportunity the team gave me right from the beginning was totally different than what I was getting in Calgary, and I took that opportunity and found some success early, and then our team definitely changed quite a bit from when I first got here, but still had that confidence, and I think our style changed, but I think it even fit my style of game even more. So that gave me even more confidence to go out and play, and just very fortunate to get some great teammates, some great line mates, and great coaches that believe in me. And I think all that together just is the perfect combination to have success.
Left side, second row.
Sam, sorry, one more for you. When Carter gets added to you and Matt, what is it about him that just makes that line just dominate the way it did in game 2?
Yeah, he's a guy that really shows up in the big games, and I think just his speed with our line really adds. We're kind of a line that can do everything. Where Chucky likes to hold pucks down low, he likes to slow the game down a little bit, but then Carter is speeding the game up. He's using his speed. He's heavy and fast on the forecheck, and then I kind of just feel like I kind of mix in between that. So it's just a line that we've found has been effective in the playoffs, and I love playing with both those guys.
Right side, second row.
I'll ask this for either of you. Just, we don't know what's going to happen with Sam Reinhart, but if he's out, how does a team adjust to when they lose a player of that significance?
You want to take
this
this one
part?
too?
Yeah, you can take this one, Aaron. How about
You got
that?
it, bud.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of experience, not necessarily losing Rhino if he's not playing, but up and down the lineup losing guys. So it's never easy, but it's a team effort, and the next man up mentality has always been there for us. And our game travels well player to player, so hopefully someone can step in and not replace him because he's irreplaceable, but do their best.
We'll take two more questions. Left side, second row.
This one's for Aaron. Knowing how big special teams are in the postseason, how big a lift has it been, both the penalty kill and the power play, especially in this series for you guys?
Yeah, it's extremely important. Obviously, we're getting contributions on both sides of it. Playoff hockey, you have to have special teams going, and yeah, it's nice to have that. We'll continue to work on it, and they're going to give us new looks, and we're going to give them new looks, and it'll be a constant game of adjustments, as playoff hockey always is.
One more right side, standing up.
Aaron, you just talk about the trigger points and the trust factor when you guys are really pressing up in the offensive zone and seem to be doing more forward skating in the offensive zone than you do backwards. You just touch on how it sustains the pressure for you guys offensively.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously, gaps are extremely important for us, and it's extremely important for them. That's their game. That's our game. It's all about having strong gaps and creating low amount of time for skilled players. The more time you give any player in the National Hockey League, especially skilled players like Sam, they're going to score goals. So it's important for us to yeah, skate forward sometimes a little bit more than we have to skate backwards. It's a little easier.
Thank you for your time, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're in a good spot, coming back home and playing in front of our fans. And I think just stay humble, play like we have been playing this far.
And you guys experienced being down 2-0, now you experience being up 2-0. Does anything change in the approach, or is that just a key trait for you guys that you're so good at keeping it, the one game at a time focus?
Yeah, that's fun thing about playoffs. Like, things change, just have to stay in the moment and just go game by game and just try to work as hard as we can.
Just 2 goals given up through 2 games. What are you liking about how you guys are playing defensively so far this season?
Yeah, I think we've been able to shut their top guys down a little bit there, and just overall too, like, we haven't given up too many shots, even strength. So I think we're doing a good job on that.
Stylistically, every team presents their own challenge. What is the hardest part about making those adjustments from the Lightning to the Leafs to the Hurricanes in a short period of time?
Yeah, I mean, there's different type of teams we have to play against, and some adjustments have to be made, and I think we've been doing a good job on that too. But over end of the day, it's just all the teams are skilled, they play hard, and fast skating teams. So it's just I think it's the work ethic about what's the most important thing.
What was working so well for you guys on the defensive side of things? Just limiting them to I think 17 shots. It was Carolina's actually their lowest shot total in like 10 years.
Yeah, it's just defensively, I think trying to not give anything on the rush, and I think we've been blocking shots lately, so that's been a huge thing for us.
You and Lundell played together for a long time. What has Marchand kind of added to that line that's worked so well?
Yeah, I mean, he brings a lot of experience for sure. He likes to talk, go through things, so we're happy to listen to him. He knows what he's talking about, and he brings a lot of energy to the lineup as well.
What's your approach here if Reinhart can't play tonight?
What's that?
What's the approach as a team if Reinhart isn't able to play?
I mean, there's going to be injuries throughout the playoffs, so you don't have to think about too much. Just go out there. We got plenty of guys that can play on that slot, so we're good.